What's up guys, it's Nikki with a Farmhouse Full, and today I thought I'd walk you through our homeschool room slash dining room slash everything room, computer lab, office, everything else that we use it for, and show you guys how I have it organized. Now, I have walked you through this same room I think once before. If I can find that video, I will link it down below. I'm pretty sure when we started using our dining room for the schoolroom purposes, I did a short tour of that room, but I can't remember when that was, and I can't remember how much has changed. So a lot of you are new. A lot of you are new to homeschooling due to COVID. So I thought I would walk you through our homeschool room. Now, to give you kind of a backstory, we used to have a like a dedicated homeschool room in our basement. Back when we probably had 4 or 5 kids. If you're new here, we have 8, and I've homeschooled all of them. But as the babies started coming and we didn't want to like stack them on top of each other in rooms, we finished off our basement rooms where our homeschool room was as a bedroom, which is what it originally was supposed to be. So we now, we went from having 3 bedrooms to 6 bedrooms because we finished off some extra space in our house, and praise the Lord that we thought to, the only reason I added the bedrooms to this room or to this house was for resale. I never thought we'd use 6 bedrooms in this house when I built it, because I designed it and I thought, well, if we ever go to sell it, I could sell it as a 5 to 6 bedroom home. And now we're using all 6 bedrooms. So we no longer have a dedicated schoolroom, and we are using our dining room. And actually I like that a lot better because we're not having to leave the main area of the house while we school, which means my younger kids can be upstairs or downstairs. I'm on the main level, so I can kind of keep an eye on everything going on in our house, which is a whole nother story. It's like a multitask craziness. But anyway, we use our dining room as our main room where we store our books, where we sit down. Our blackboard's in there, our computer lab is in there. We currently have 4 computers set up in there, although one of them is mine and it's only used when really needed. But I thought I'd walk you through that room and show you how I have it organized, because it's a multi-purpose room, and most people who are homeschooling are not going to have a dedicated room. Well, maybe you do, I don't know. Most people that I've talked to don't have that or don't want that. And if you have it and want it, awesome. But this is a room that is multi-purpose. We also use it for our dining room. Now, a lot of people don't use their dining rooms for actually dining, and we didn't for the longest time either, because we just didn't, we ate in our kitchen. Our kitchen has a kitchen table in it. It's got a bar. It'll seat, gosh, anywhere between 6, 7, 8, 9 to 10 people, but there are 10 people in our home. So we started using our dining room a lot more often because it was just bigger table space and everybody could sit together. So we actually use it every single night. So that kind of affects how we use it because we have to keep it clean as a dining room and usable as a dining room, but also keep it as a schoolroom. So I thought I'd walk you through that today and just show you how it's set up. If you guys have any questions, my comments are still not on. Go over to my Instagram, it's @farmhousefull, and you guys can leave it there. I will leave a post that goes along with this video in the description below. Just click on that post and you can leave the comments over there on Instagram. I post a little bit more frequently over there just because it's a lot more quick, easy for me to do it that way. So if you want, follow me over there, and let's just get started. Welcome to my schoolroom. We've been using this room for the past, I want to say 2 to 3 years now. It is our formal dining room, so it is off of our kitchen, which is the doorway I just walked through right here, but it also has a separate entrance from our entryway off the front of the home. So we built this house when we had 1 child and 1 on the way, never thinking that we'd have 8 children. So we never used this formal dining room very much at all, except at maybe Thanksgiving and Christmas. And now, as you can see, it is quite full, and we use it every single day, not only for eating, but also for storage of our homeschool stuff and for some of our homeschooling. So today I thought I'd just walk you through where and how I have everything organized to use this as not only our main dining area, because with a family of 10, this is the only table big enough to seat everybody, but also as an everyday homeschool room. So I am just going to walk you around the room and kind of share how I have things organized and what I have in here. sorry, it is also the place where Gunner eats his food. So he's busy chomping on his afternoon meal. So this is the wall here that we have all of our computer or our computer lab on. There's usually one more computer, it's a laptop, and that one actually is mine. We don't use my laptop for school unless we are out of computers here. That is my work laptop. The reason it's gone right now is because I needed to film this video and my daughter needed to do her sentence dictation. So she is using that upstairs in my room where it's quiet. So on this wall, we just have, these were built by us. These are just regular I think they're 2x8s, 2x6s maybe, lumber, and they're not very deep, but we have a window over here, so we had to restrict the depth of how deep these were. So they don't work out the greatest for workspace, but for a computer, they work really nice. We have headphones that are mounted on the wall with the little command hooks, and I will link as much of this stuff in the description as possible for you guys so you can see what all we have. But these are just all-in-one computers. I decided to go with an all-in-one, I think a couple years ago. We switched back to laptops at one point, but they just don't work well because our kids unplug them, take them somewhere else to work on schoolwork, and they either get broken because they're moved around too much, or they simply are never charged. So I like that they stay here. Now that our kids have media time and will use these for YouTube or learning, or sometimes even movies, I like them because they're in a public area and you can see what they're watching. That's not something that can be taken as a personal device into their room. So we have this countertop here. Like I said, these are just 2x that have been stained. I actually didn't even seal them. I had every intention to, and I put them up and never got back around to it. Up on the wall, we have a very outdated meal chores that I need to update because we've updated our meals, and then an area for homework assignments in case the kids have any. And to be 100% honest, I don't use this. I have them write it in their schedules. On this side, we have a map of the United States. On this side, we have a map of the world. So just above that, something to use when we're schooling to point things out. These were purchased on Amazon very, very inexpensively, and I have them hooked onto the wall with the same thing I have here, which is just a command hook, but they're not hooks, they're just the little adhesives for them. Above here, we have the same 2x lumber. It's just painted white to match the cabinet. And we have our microscope from, I believe it's Nature's Workshop, but that's a school lab microscopes. And then we just have some baskets up here, and in these I keep spare pens, dry erase markers, my label makers, and then this one has all my flashcards in it, and that's driving me nuts. Usually I'm not gonna worry about it, but usually they're spread out neat and nice. So again, my laptop goes here. Our iPad, our family iPad's charging station is right here. Underneath here, we have a little power strip, and I am gonna put something in front of this like a decorative basket that is also useful because I'm all about that utilitarian lifestyle that kind of hides these cords. But for now, that's what I have. So right here, we have our charging stations for our iPads. We have just an antique tin thing that I got at a flea market that holds our crayons. Our kids really don't use crayons that often, but they do like them occasionally. Then I have this little Sterilite thing that I've had for years and have never taken this front sticker off of. Maybe we'll do that. All right, there we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. So this Sterilite container right here is one of the mini ones. I just do kids scissors in the top one, glue sticks, and then down here I have the chalk for my chalkboard, which I'll show you in a minute. We also have our electric pencil sharpener. I also do have a manual one over there that I will show you in a little bit, but this is our electric one. And then usually this is filled with pop-up Post-its. I love this because we use Post-its for bookmarkers on everything, because inevitably in a house with this many people and little kids, the bookmarks fall out of books and then the kids have no idea where they are. So we use Post-it notes to mark our curriculum page. We use it to mark our books that we're reading, that kind of thing. And then I have the 2 headphones up here that I use for the iPads. These are the cheaper ones. I found these on clearance for $1 at Walmart. They're worth $1, but that's about it. They have broken. I think I've gone through like 5 pairs of these. So I actually recently upgraded. I had some nice headphones before and they had over the years deteriorated, but probably lasted a good 10 years. And I was due for some new ones, so we got some new ones, but they didn't have more than 2 of them at the store I was at. So we're stuck with these cruddy ones until we can get another pair for the iPads. So that's there. This is just some random, it's a paint by number my daughter's working on, and some sticker books that my younger kids use as well. This large cabinet here actually came out of an old farmhouse that my parents had years ago, and it was not white, it was wood, but we painted it. And we've used it for a variety of things. It was just decorative in our dining room for a long time, but obviously now we have a lot of stuff in it. So I'll show you what we are using this for. This is the kids' curriculum, so they are labeled. So this side is Maddie's right here, and then Cora's stuff is here, and then we have some books right here that I keep for Cypress. But this is where they put all of their curriculum. So Maddie's, all of her school books are here, all of Cora's school books are here. Up here we just have a little paper tray. This is usually filled with construction paper, but I need to get some more. These are a couple sketch pads, our little mini DVD player that we do our math DVDs on for our little kids. This holds some art supplies. So each of the kids has a little baggie with a kneadable eraser and some charcoal pencils and a Sharpie in there. So when we do our art stuff, I can just pull that down, they can grab their bag. This is currently a mess and I need to clean it up, but this is our budget folder because we do our budgeting right here on our laptop for our family. So our budgeting folder's up there. I've got a notebook that I just keep some ideas for videos and my home planning and that kind of thing. I think this is actually when my son came back home after COVID and his school shut down and he was homeschooled again. That's the rest of his stuff that I just need to pack up because he's graduated. And up here where I can't reach very often, I don't keep a lot of stuff we use. So those are just decorative metal pigs. Yes, I have pigs up there. This middle part, I have our Nature's Workshop, the stuff that goes along with the microscope in this box. I also have my dissection kit on top of that, which is right here. We have our extra safety goggles, and then I've got our Mel Science. If you guys don't know, we use Mel Science for science projects once a week. It's a subscription box program, and we didn't do them over the summer, so we have some extra ones that we have backed up. We do 1 experiment to 2 experiments a week, and these are the ones that we'll be doing in the upcoming weeks. But I do have a code to get you a free starter kit, and then you guys can get your first box, and it is a awesome, awesome subscription box. I'm obsessed with it because it has everything that you absolutely need to do chemistry experiments with your kids. You do not have to find anything around the house. It's all packaged, all the instructions are there. This kit has a ton of stuff in it that you will use over and over again. So your beakers and your trays and your little burner and everything is in there. And then this is a one-time deal and you can get this for free with that code. And then once a month, they just send you a box that goes with it, and it has between 2 and 3 experiments in it. So those are our Mel Science that we're gonna be doing in the upcoming weeks. In this basket, I actually have, these are all of the things that my son needs for his physical science, for his experiments. I buy the pack that goes with him on christianbook.com so that I have everything. This is another paper organizer that I organize cardstock, my shipping labels, and our watercolor paper is in here too. Just so it's up and out of the way. I don't want my little kids grabbing these more expensive papers accidentally when they want to color on something. On this shelf, I have, this is our art stuff. So these are our smocks. And I just save old tablecloths, the plastic ones from parties, or ones that I find on sale, so that if we do a really messy project, I can cover my table. I have no idea why these craft sticks are here. My dad gave these to me. I wanted to throw them back at him. We have so many craft supplies, but Georgia loves crafting, so we took them. We have just some regular calculators. These kids need them for math. This actually usually hangs here. We just finished up a unit on weather with a Good and the Beautiful science, and so these were our vocabulary words that we use so they can go through them and practice the vocabulary. These are just library books that I have, and obviously you can see right now I'm reading up, or I'm trying to read up. I haven't touched any of these books on ADHD because I have it and several of my children have it, and it's just good to have a wealth of knowledge about different things that are helpful for not only you, but also your children. So underneath all of this, I have my printer. I made the executive decision to store this in a public area, and while it is ugly, it is so convenient to have it here because it does have a, when you take this off, it does have a copy function on there, so I'm able to make quick copies. On top of here, I just have our washable markers. our paper cutter, and in this little section, a thing of pencils for my kids, our permanent markers, and our rulers. And again, another just antique tin here, and this holds all of our random, kind of cheaper colored pencils. I have a nicer set of colored pencils that are actually all separated out by color, but this is one that the little kids will grab that I don't care that gets messy and unorganized. Underneath here, I just have some math drills that I've used with my kids. And this is just the paper that my kids use on a daily basis. So we have college ruled, wide ruled, and this is all of our scrap paper. So anytime I make a mess up on printing, or if we get junk mail, I'll throw it in here. So one side is printed on, but the other side is blank, and the kids can use this as scrap paper to work out math problems, to doodle on, that kind of stuff. And I always have an abundance of that. 3-hole punch, and then you guys know I'm obsessed with my binding machine. That is right here. I've had that since 2012, so 8 years, and it still works like a charm. It binds books like this with little clickable binding that you actually can open. So that is amazing. Down here I have our Hooked on Phonics. I also have any DVDs or software that is in the form of a DVD or a CD for our computers, although I think only one of our computers has a CD drive now. But it's got our Hooked on Phonics DVDs, our Wonder Maps, History Through the Ages, Timeline Figures, and some of our art DVDs that we've used in the past. These are just easy read books that I can pull from really quickly for my beginning readers, just to sit down with them if I want to grab a quick book. We have some crossword puzzles and the math puzzles books right here too. These are our math blocks for Math UC. We use Math UC up until 3rd grade, and so that's where I store the math blocks for those. And then just a little math times table game here that the kids use kind of in lieu of flashcards when they're bored with flashcards for math and multiplication facts. Underneath here, we have a lot of science books. I've just pulled a lot of science books from different genres, and I keep them here so they're available to us whenever we want to supplement our science, or we just want to pick a book out and read. Again, science, some of this moves into history. So we've got a history encyclopedia, world geography, and some other history type books, as well as some highlight books that we've used randomly. These are our answers in Genesis books, some grammar books. I love, love, love this series of books. This is the Big Fat Notebook, or Everything You Need to Know About books. And I just keep these as quick reference guides. But they are very, very, very easy books, and they are very nice to have around. And I got these, I want to say a year or two ago. I think I started with American history and worked my way up from there. And then just a history prayer book there. Prayers that changed American history. Or wait, no, that just changed history, not American history. These are the kids' readers that I've pulled for them. So these are the different readers they're gonna have throughout this semester or this year. And just, I put them in here for easy grabbing. I have a huge bookshelf in the basement. So instead of sorting and rifling through that, all of their readers are right here. So the next reader they have will be on the shelf somewhere, and they can just pick it up when they're done with the one they are. These are assigned readers, sorry. These are their assigned readers. So when they're done with their assigned reader they're on now, they will go and find the next assigned reader in here, and it will be easy for them to find it. Moving on, we have this side. And again, this is just my kids' curriculum. So this is Faith's, Ezra's is in here, and George's is over here. Michael's is right here. Over here, we just have a few more easy readers, but a little bit longer. And these are the Tuttle Twin books that I purchased from Instagram. So I haven't read any of these yet with my kids, but we do plan on reading them in the near future. Up here is curriculum that we're not yet using, but we'll be using in the future. So the extra unit books for language arts for my daughter and for her science, and some more science books and science kits. This is toner for my computer, and some randomness there. And again, up there is just stuff I don't use very often because it's just, I don't get up there very often. So there's like a pitcher and some of my sunlight jars. So up here I have our china from our wedding. We thought 8 servings or 8 place settings was like way more than we'd ever need. So since we only have 8, we never use it. I don't even know why we keep it, but we do. It's up there collecting dust. So moving on, we have our world map and 2 other computers. This one and that one are the same. This is an older one that we've had for a while. And since it's older, it's actually the only one that has a CD-ROM drive in it. During school, that's the only thing they're used for. And I use the circle to control when internet is allowed on these and when it's not. So that way I can control and filter what the kids have access to online. And again, we have a hook for headphones here, and these are the set of our old headphones. These ones are on their way out. I need to replace those as well. So those are up there. I also have this little, yes, it's ugly, but it works. This is just a TV tray that they can pull out because there's not a lot of workspace, to give them some extra workspace, and it's super rickety, and I need to get some more because I used to have one on that side, but it broke finally. So, but they're perfect size to just push underneath that little table out of the way and pull out when I need them. And of course, then we have our windows to our outside. So this is our blackboard. We used to have a whiteboard here, but I just painted directly on the wall with some chalkboard paint and kind of was testing the waters on how I would like a chalkboard rather than a whiteboard. And I actually really, really like it, other than the chalk dust, but we clean enough in here because we use it so often that it's not that bad. So I do plan on trimming this out because right now it basically has the rough edge on where I painted it, and it also has where I hung the whiteboard before that I need to touch up, but I'll get around to it one of these days, 10 years from now maybe. Then we just have the ABCs up there, and this is just cardstock that has been cut, and actually that's yarn up there. I wanted to do twine and I didn't find any at the time, and I was like, oh, I'll replace it with twine later, never did. So the ABCs are up there. So this right here is just an antique. I think my mom bought it and I ganked it from her when I left the house back when I was, I don't know, 17, because she didn't want it anymore. And we just have, it's used as a little shelf. These are our blue ribbon points. I will link the video that I explain how we use these. Our eraser for our chalkboard, our memory cards, which I have for sale. If you guys are interested, I will link those down below, but those are our memory cards. Highlighters, our chalk and chalk holders. I have these, I bought these on Amazon. Dictionary, our Bibles, and then of course, dun dun dun, Mom's red pens, which my kids just love to see all over their paper. So that's what that's for. Moving around, this little cart I just recently got on Amazon because I needed some more storage in the shelves and I just didn't have it. And this is all my teaching guides and that kind of thing. And I like because I can pull it over by me because it's on wheels and set it next to me while I'm sitting and teaching the kids. So this is basically all my teacher's manuals and my planners and the books that I'm using and their tests and everything right now. And then I have some art supplies down here. So I've got our poster paints, our watercolors, our palettes, our pastels. And then down here, this is the tray where the kids turn in their homework if I'm not available to turn it into. And then just a box full of randomness, like a hard drive with some stuff on it and a CD-ROM drive that goes into USB and some flash drives that I can have move information from one computer to the other if I need to, in case the kids save like a report or something on one computer and need to work on a different computer. We do use the overdrive from Microsoft, I think it is, but that's not always 100% reliable, and I still have to use those flash drives every now and again, so I have those handy. I will link this cart for you in the description because I really, really like this. And eventually we'll paint that area. We had to open that up because we had a leak in the wall, or we thought we had a leak in the wall. We actually did not, but that had to be opened up to expose some pipes. The color on the wall I get asked all the time is Sherwin-Williams Oyster Bay, and I will link that in the description as well. It's kind of like greeny blue, very calming, like it. Over here we just have like a gallery wall of stuff. This is where you feed our dog. This actually was an old shoe organizer that I turned on its side and just used pencil boxes. And they hold things like binder clips and extra pencils and pencil lead and our magnifying glasses, letter tiles, labels, that kind of stuff, so that I can have access to them easily. They're just little boxes that I've picked up when school starts really cheap. Like, I think I got these for like 50 cents a piece once on school clearance. And they hold and organize things really, really well. We have our laminator in here that I use quite a bit. And then we have our piano. My oldest son used to play, actually that's him right there. He used to play, he's really, really good. Nobody else has really taken a liking to it until recently. And now Faith has actually started to play it quite a bit. So it may be actually getting some more use than I thought it would be, since my oldest son is now left. So we got the American flag that was on my husband's grandfather's coffin. Then that is displayed in here. That way, if we're in here when we start the day, we say the pledge to this flag. If not, we have one in the living room. We also have one in the front yard, depending on where we are when we start the day. But we always start the day with the Pledge of Allegiance. So we have a flag in here to do so with. We have a letterboard. I'll link that one. But yeah, I haven't changed this in a while. Don't be so hard on yourself, guys. Then we just have our globe. This is actually a really awesome diffuser. I love this little guy. I got this at Walmart. It's a Better Homes and Gardens. They have a bigger one than this, and I almost bought it, but I wasn't sure if I'd like it. So I think I'm gonna go back and get it. But it's like it looks like a little, like a pail, and a light comes through it, and you can change the light colors. Really cute. But I like to have, right now I'm doing Harvest Spice in here a lot. Sometimes I'll do Balance, but that's a diffuser. And then we have our art wall, you guys. So this art wall is just basically trim nails in the wall and then twine that is draped across and put on another trim nail that's on a level line. And we just hang up our artwork. So occasionally I will just wipe this completely of all artwork and we'll start over again. But we display it for, I don't know, maybe a quarter or so of school and then change it out. The top is just recent photos. So we do chapbooks, and they send along prints with the chapbooks, and so I will hang them up there. These are just recent prints that we've gotten from our chapbook books and some other ones that we've had. So we put our pictures up on this small one, and these are just binder clips, guys. I bought a big thing of binder clips, and we use them all the time for marking pages in books and other things, and we have put them up on this. So we've got some of our artwork up here that the kids have done. We do art at least once a week, if not more, and we just like a place to display it. So I was like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of messy looking, but I love the eclectic look of it. It's awesome to look up and see my kids' artwork that's up and displayed. And like I said, with so many kids, we have to clear it and fill it back up quite often. So we're getting to that point right now. And then down the middle of this room, we have a table. I actually offset it recently at an angle just to get better flow through our room, and I actually really liked it. I did it for a party that we needed it like this for, and have just kept it like this. So normally the table is straight this way, but since our entryway and exit points of the room are diagonal to one another, I put it on a diagonal and offered more room for chairs here, and just really love it. So this is a table we had custom made for us when we built this house, thinking surely this is way bigger of a table than we'll ever need, and now just our family fills it up. So it's kind of cool. We also have some Good and the Beautiful books that I got on the table that I haven't yet put away. But that is our schoolroom, you guys. I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions. I will link an Instagram post down below if you guys have any questions for me about it, since my comments are still turned off, and probably will be since they've been turned off for almost 2 years now. But thanks guys for popping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.